Driven by our pandemic experience, not only the where we work is changing, but also the when. Increasingly, businesses are realizing that people don't need to be chained to their office desk in order to be effective, nor do they need to work the traditional 5-day week. Suddenly, flexible working options that once seemed radical or simply impractical are gaining acceptance. Could this be the end of the working week as we know it? Fewer days, same pay. One idea being mooted as a reduced, 4-day week without a reduction in pay. Labor unions and economists have extolled the productivity benefits of such an approach for some time, and now the results of a first-of-its-kind experiment in Iceland suggest they have a valid point. From 2015 to 2019, Iceland ran 2 trials involving more than 2,500 state workers, representing over 1% of the country's entire working population, who moved from a 40-hour week to a 35 or 36-hour week. What it found is this: working fewer hours does not hurt productivity. In fact, in some cases, people were even more productive. Employees reported feeling less stressed and at risk of burnout, and said their health, well-being and work-life balance had improved. They also reported having more energy for other activities such as exercise, friends and hobbies, and were able to spend more time with their families. Similar trials are being run by employers across the world, including at Unilever in New Zealand, while New York's Kickstarter will be testing it out next year. Governments too are getting on board, including in Spain, Ireland and Scotland, and politicians in Japan and New Zealand have voiced their support. Nonlinear work days. But what if, rather than being constrained by a set number of days per week, your employer gave you complete freedom to choose exactly when, not to mention where, you'd like to work? If so-called asynchronized working takes off, that could soon be possible. Certainly, the idea of having no fixed hours and being able to choose when you work appeals to employees, particularly younger ones. In a survey of 2,000 UK office workers, 2/3, 62%, said they would choose to work in an asynchronous environment if given the opportunity, rising to 67% of those aged 16 to 34. Their top reason was the ability to fit work around their personal life and spend more time with friends and family, while more than a third said that they worked more productively outside of traditional hours. Some employers are already embracing asynchronous working, such as tech firm Dropbox, which has introduced nonlinear workdays as part of its virtual-first model. Employees are required to be available for core collaboration hours, but otherwise can choose when they work. The idea is to cater to individual needs and give employees the ability to work at times that best suits their lifestyle and responsibilities. We want to prioritize impact and results instead of hours worked, the company says.